Now, there's a face I'd like to punch.
I know. Meanwhile, as we're seeing, it looks like Cortex is really kind of disheartened after the last 3 defeats.
Kind of.
Fucking course.
Well, more like he's just a little bummed that he's basically now becoming like Entropy's little monkey now.
Also, unfortunately, we don't have like a kind of world. We're going back to Crash 1 level logic.
I don't mind.
Which I think, for the sake of this game, it's better in my honest opinion. It gets right to the point.
I love how, just like in Crash 1, I loved how it made, like as you're seeing here, I loved how it built up the feeling of like a great journey.
And what a great journey we're going to have, because next up to that is literally Mad Max World.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to that.
And you know what? Just to please Matt a little bit, yeah, I'll switch to Coco now.
Yay!
And yes, if ever you decide to switch costumes, you can do so by the X button. And yeah, this is where you get to see all the costumes unlocked, like Mother Clucker Crash,
Also, I want to ask,
or
like,
Corn Energy Coco, or heck, some of these bonus costumes that you can get.
yeah,
Yep. Look at them all.
I love Serious Upgrade. That one's probably my one of my favorites.
oh look, it's Jordan.
Yeah, it is Jordan. We kept making the joke that that actually looks just like Jordy would.
Honestly, I feel like you should wear either the cyborg one or the caveman one coming up for this level.
Just to be fair to Coco, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll let her start off with just her classic look.
Okay.
Mainly because with the whole Mad Max world, I do love that the caveman Coco, fucking Cat Icarus calls her Tina Turner Coco. Because she totally looks like Tina Turner from the third Mad Max movie.
Which one was that again?
Thunderdome. The one everybody forgets.
Fair. I mean, honestly, the only Mad Max movie I'm familiar with in the slightest is Fury Road, but that's like a very recent one.
Yeah, that one's very recent. I think it was 89 or something that Thunderdome came out. Anyway, great film series, though. But,
yeah, here we are.
So we need the
Oh yeah, nice done, Crash.
to close the rifts.
We'll talk more about that in a second.
Brother
Oh.
Akano is around here somewhere.
also, why does this mask have ears?
Behold the aforementioned putts.
Does anybody notice that?
We have a thing where
I mean,
you fight, he loses. It's
kind
a
of.
well-established dynamic.
Wait, notice what now?
Look at Lonnie Lola. He totally has ears.
I just
They're shaped kind of like ears, but they kind of look more like those Roman totem pole sort of designs.
kind of,
And yeah, Injin decided to become a freaking metal artist for some reason.
yeah.
And he's challenging us to stop him in his grand hypnosis. Oh, we can talk about this mechanic now.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Real quick, I almost forgot. I should probably change my controls real quick, because I do not like doing it a certain way.
Oh, really?
That's fair.
And this game does let you remap your button controls, which is always really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the option, like the customization options in this game are a lot more robust than you would really expect any game to be.
Not going to lie, L1 is a great idea. I should probably do that on my game.
That's what I've been doing.
It fits pretty well, considering I also use R1 for the sake of sliding, and I just want to make sure that subtitles are done the way I want them to.
Does the L1 even have, like...
Nope, nothing. And yeah, dude, check this out, man. Like, look at how many look at all the subtitle options.
No, holy
Look
shit!
how large we can make them.
This is cool!
And we can make them kind of makes me think back to when Dead Rising was first a thing.
That's cool.
Or you can just turn them off entirely.
But no, there's a lot. You can even change the back. I'm impressed. Between this and, I will admit, freaking Last of Us 2 has a lot of really cool, like, accessibility options as well. Like, between this, I really like all the things.
So just real quick before we lose track of it.
Yeah, go for
it. The biggest gimmick, as you can see here, is that, like, yeah, basically our big thing is that we're going through the different dimensions, collecting all of the quantum masks that are spread out, and each time we get a new quantum mask, it gives us a new ability. Like, for example, Lonnie Loli here, basically, you remember those levels in the Galaxy games where there'd be kind of like a little metronome that faces things in and out? Basically gives us the power to do that.
Okay. I do like that, yeah, after that first level that had him in it, I like that now we have full control over it. Oh god, jet-powered sharks. Oh!
Just to prove the point that, yes, folks, you can let a TNT barrel, like a TNT box explode while it's still in another dimension.
I think just a quick. Oh,
I hate this channel.
I'm going to be, for those wondering, I'm probably going to be the little cynical I am sometimes, where I'm going to be a little nitpicky about some things because I do want to love this game, and I do this with most games I love. It's like I see ways that they could be improved. Is that random thing?
Oops! How did I do that?
Is that random thing? Is that no worries.
I'm just suddenly thinking back to like spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout the course of the game, you can also find what the game calls flashback tapes, and they unlock these special flashback levels, which showcase Crash and Coco's times when they were still under Cortex's, for lack of a better word,
Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we gonna show any of those off? Like, or
I will
plan
be
to
showing
those?
off the flashback tapes once we beat the game, because I don't plan on doing any of those live.
Okay.
Mostly just for the sake, because they do have some of the best commentary in the entire game.
Okay. Well, I guess my thing was more a matter of were you like intending to show all of them off or just a handful?
I'll think about that.
Shut him.
But oh, I saw that. Nice.
Also, for those wondering, for those that do miss the whole thing of spinning a Wumpa fruit and just having it go right off the screen, they did get rid of it, but they still kept it in some regard with the bouncy crates.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's kind of a good thing that they did nix the idea of you spinning fruit away because, like, one of the gem requirements involves you collecting a large
That's
majority
gonna
of the
hurt.
Wumpa in
No,
this game.
3 of the
Yeah,
gem
no, her
requirements.
poor tablet. Her poor tablet being surfed across. But yeah, here's we have to
Actually,
show.
shit, you're right. She is using your fucking tablet. Oh my god, that thing must be made of pure Nintendium.
And as we're
Yeah.
showing off here, nice. And as we're showing off
Well,
here,
she is third party, so.
and as we're showing off here, another one of the cool mechanics we learned from the demo is that they've now given the ability to grind on rails, which that is something that I am liking with this game. Is that it's not just the masks; they gave you a lot of new platforming mechanics as well.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally one of the more flexible Crash games in the series.
And the negative thing I was going to bring up earlier is that I'm a bit bummed that we'll see later that whenever you pick up a quantum mask, it overwrites your costume no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why, but it's one of those cases where you kind of do wish some of it was still kept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish that there was like a quantum costume or something.
Oh, swing!
This part's a bit finicky.
Especially the ones who are in between. Nice. Oh. And for anybody who was really worried after the Insane Trilogy, yes. Don't forget this one, James, on the left.
The left? Oh, right.
Yes, the game can get that dickish with box placement, and it doesn't stop there.
And there's one in that other pilot. Yeah, no. Because that is, I'm going to say it only, I will draw attention to it only once, I promise, in this part. Unless I forget. Is that...
Unless, of course, I can't find you, or if I
One minor
forget.
complaint I will say is that when there's like a stack of TNT crates against each other, even if you swap them to a different dimension, only one of them will explode.
Right. Is that... I think Toys for Bob had the right idea, but I feel like they weren't...
Oh wait, what am I doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing? I feel like there were...
You fucking crazy bastard!
Nice.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
worked.
Damn.
Hey, I'm not crazy. That engine guy, on the other hand, he's crazy.
I mean, have you seen him? Devil damn.
I feel like some of the box placements in these...
They're dickish. They're assholes.
They're very... And it's like...
Show them.
The design... Because, yeah, there's no one right here. And yes, for anybody who just caught on, yes. Had you done the bonus level before breaking the box on the left, you would be just...
One box short.
And there's nothing you can do to go back for
There's
it.
a platform there, yeah.
But... Because... Yeah, I'll let James focus on this bit. Is that... Because that's the issue, is that, like... The whole purpose of this game is you're trying to get... for
Oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot to mention.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually alter the camera with the right stick.
Which
A
maybe
little
the
bit.
box placement was created with that in mind, so you would see behind corners. But it's that...
There are cases though where it could have been a little better.
But yeah, so...
There was one box later on in the game that I was like, why do I keep losing one box? Screw it, I'm going to check out what I am missing, I checked, it was a very, very dusty, deserted area, and there's one box in the far distance that blends in to the background.
Yeah.
I hated it.
And after James just knocked out a Twitter user there.
But yeah,
Anyway, sorry, Logan.
no, it's fine. I was just saying, like, the issue is that if you're going for all gems, the design philosophy is, oh, hang on, don't forget the one up top there.
Yeah.
Above the thing. The issue is that you will be doing all of this, and let's say you spent, like, 99% of your time trying to go for all these boxes. If they just put one dickish box out of sight...
Shut him up.
Shut up. Is that you will go through all of this time, and so long as they hide just one box in a dickish place, it suddenly renders all the time you spent, all the deaths you took to go for 99% of those boxes, a complete waste of your time suddenly. And I don't like that. That's how. And I don't like that. That's how simple it can be.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot about you.
By the way, there is one thing about this game that.
Anything else, Engine?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't. He should have said.
Yeah, same. I
I
thought
was
you
talking
were.
about Engine, like
No,
that speaker didn't
no,
speak.
no, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, Engine's supposed to say something there.
Do, do,
That's
do,
weird.
do, do, do.
Ah, well.
Maybe
I don't know why, but
I'm tired of you just destroying my fucking speakers. Fuck it, fine.
Oh yeah, by the way, since the first level to show it off, if they actually give you the choice to either continue along your merry way, or if you feel like there's some unfinished business, you can always replay it.
Yep.
But it looks like we more or less got everything, so we'll just move on.
We're off.
yeah, I love Crash's expression when he does it. And just speaking of expressions, that little dance Coco did was so cute.
Agreed. This whole game is adorable.
It's full of Crash, but you know, no, I'm not gonna riff on. I'm not gonna keep stealing from poor old Caddy. He's already had it hard enough with his own streams.
I don't think he'll mind too much. In fact, just honestly,
I don't think he knows we exist.
Oh, of course not. Nobody knows we exist.
That's fair.
Aside from a few exceptions. But
yeah,
anyway, let's go ahead and show off that rad costume we just unlocked.
Crash is now dipped into the heavy metal scene.
Ooh.
And Engine.
Now he too can be a rocket head.
And what's funny is that, like, every costume that Crash has, there is going to be, like, a matching variant for Coco as well.
Though, that being said, I'll save that for later.
Okay. Let's go totally to yeah, that's then there's digital download. There's a lot of freaking and it gets harder and harder because they put a lot of love into these costumes.
You know what? No, never mind. I'll go with Rocket Head, just for the sake of it.
Alright.
I just realized I probably won't be using Crash much in this particular world. Call it a hunch.
Okay.
Or a crunch if you prefer.
Yeah.
Who's not in this game? Fuck.
Aside from, like, one cameo in the flashback levels. But I guess, we were just talking about visuals real quick. That is one thing that I definitely want to touch upon in terms of, like, the visuals in this game. Like, the game itself does look gorgeous. Like, we're not going to mince words about that. But something that's been kind of, like, going back and forth ever since the game was released. Well, actually, hang on. Yep,
Ooh.
those tapes. Those are the flashback tapes that we've been talking about.
Flashy.
And the first one is a freebie.
Yeah, well, it's just to give you an idea of what's to come.
Could you imagine dying before getting that one?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that they are basically your deathless routes, like rewards.
Which, I mean, for the most part, they're not too bad. And the flashback levels in themselves are still fantastic. Like, they do feel like the most fair as far as this game tries to do with its challenge factor. But
Yeah.
finding the flashback tapes themselves in the later portions of the game, whoo boy.
Yeah, but anyway, before I forget, the thing I was talking about is that, like, as much as this game looks gorgeous, one thing that's kind of, like, annoys me, and it's not really the game's fault, there's this kind of, like, retroactive, like, notion of people talking about how, like, now that we have Crash 4, people are just, like, looking back on Insane Trilogy and being like, what are you talking about? We always thought that game looked ugly.
I mean, I'll definitely agree that the fur textures might have been... It's one of those things where, like, the fur texture, upon revisit, it's not the best in the world, but, I mean, overall, that game still looks fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm also talking about just in terms of, like, character designs. Like, I still think Crash himself looks just fine in both games.
Yeah.
I honestly still think that the Insane
Mega
Trilogy
Mix.
look.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey!
Yeah, Mega Mix.
His latest metal single wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I mean, granted, it was a real mania, but otherwise, yeah, that's all it was.
Ba-da-ba.
Anyway,
Oh, by the way, since we were able to get the red gem earlier, we can actually take the red gem path that's in this level.
But be warned, any color gem path does not count as a bonus path and will not allow you. It does not give you a free checkpoint. So now that James has done this,
Actually, it's funny you bring that up because recently I did replay that one Bears repeating level with where they give you the yellow gem path in that area. I did remember dying in it, and it actually spawned me right next to the yellow gem path.
yeah, no, they spawn you by it, but it counts as a death.
Well, yeah, it still counts as a death at the end of the day.
that and let's say now James was to complete this path and then continue forward and die. He would, unless he hit another checkpoint, he would have to redo this color gem path to keep any of his progress before hitting the next one.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you
Careful.
mind if I say what I was going to?
Yeah, go ahead. I was trying to give you some room.
Sorry, I still think that the Insane Trilogy looks great, in my opinion.
Yeah,
think so.
it still looks fantastic.
I think it looks great. I still think that the fur texture looks fantastic, at least on PS4. The thing... Oh, that one's easy to dodge.
And then the Switch version completely got rid of it.
No, the thing
Nice.
The thing is, though, I do admit, I do agree, this cartoony look does fit better and all that.
Well, I mean,
It's like a Looney Tunes style.
oh yeah, it does.
Which was the entire inspiration behind the series in the first place.
Yeah, it does. I guess I'm just a little bit annoyed that people are kind of like devaluing what Insane did just to build this up, which I still think they both fit just fine. In fact, slight controversial opinion, I kind of think Engine does look a little bit better in Insane than he does in this game.
Nice.
I'm sorry,
boy.
Hype, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I honestly never did like how Engine looked in the Insane Trilogy, and I think this is kind of an improvement over that.
I think he looks fine in both.
Oh, Emid.
Die,
Frank!
Frank.
Honestly, I think Engine looks great in both versions, but I do like his design here more.
Well, the reason...
I honestly, my biggest problem with the Insane Trilogy is that I don't think they made him look stylized enough.
Well, which is fair. Like, I think my problem with, like, I appreciate, like, the attempt of stylizing, like, and granted, this is more so for the in-game model than the concept art. Like, I like him in concept art. I think his in-game model in 4 makes him look too doofy.
I will say this much: the only thing I don't like about the Crash 4 model of Engine is his lips. Like they look a little too, I don't know, pronounced. But that's really about all I really. That's all I really can say about it. Otherwise, for the most part, the design is still pretty cool. And truth be told, I do really like that that metal arm attachment he put on.
Oh yeah, the
himself.
metal arm I think is a nice... I think the metal arm is a nice addition. I just don't...
I should be doing this a different way.
What?
Don't worry, I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to miss out on this like I completely made you guys cringe during the blind
Yeah.
run.
It's like I don't mind the addition.
panicked.
I don't mind the addition of the metal arm. It's just like the way that they did certain parts of his body, like the head and the head, like the shape of the body and like the face, that I feel could have been better. But I think that's like the only redesign in 4 that I take like slight umbrage with.
What
Aside from that,
are
I love
you
every other redesign.
doing?
What?
Keeping it suspenseful. You think he can't make that jump?
Well, okay.
And yeah,
You die, your fault.
I'll be fine.
and yeah, as James is pointing out there, that's actually something that it took me way too late into the game to learn, is that when you bounce on a bouncy crate and leave it alone for a while, it will automatically break after just a single hit.
Well, that's how it was in the original trilogy.
I forgot.
Right, I forgot that slides work really awkward in this game.
You call it awkward. I call it really fucking magical.
I was going to say, it's actually been... I won't argue that it took me a while to learn how to do that kind of jump trick in the Insane Trilogy, but here they made it a lot
Ooh.
simpler and a lot more effective.
Wait a minute, I realized what I missed.
This
Yeah.
is one of my. This is one. Oh yeah, this is one of my problems with the bonus levels. Those bouncy crates bounce way too fucking fast. They bounce faster than your jump.
It depends on which one.
To accentuate that point, that's the slowest you'll ever see them bounce.
Yeah.
They'll get so
Yeah,
fast,
no,
and I love
they
it.
get fucking fast. In is either I
Nice.
can't remember which world. It got so fucking fast for
Nope.
me that I was just like, okay, I can't.
Oh, you missed a box back there, James.
He's getting...
Also,
speaking
there
of
is no.
boxes,
Yeah.
Oh, it broke. Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of boxes, that's one thing that like the game kind of teaches you about is like they kind of did an interesting thing with Crash's spin in that depending on whether he's in motion or not, they actually alter like the hitbox for the spin so you can get certain crates. Yeah, it's like if you're standing still, Crash's spin will have like a lower like hitbox, and if you're moving, it's a wider one. Like if you wouldn't mind showing it once you get to some clear land, James.
Well, I was gonna ask James. Like, I'm impressed by that genuinely, because like, I can never just how to put it.
Hold on, real quick. What was it you wanted me to show off?
Pardon?
The spin, the different spin.
Oh yeah, the spin. It's like when he's standing still, it's yeah.
Oh,
see,
the red
like,
marks. Yeah, it's higher up there. Oh, okay. Huh.
I mean, it's one of those things that I'm honestly surprised they actually tried to, do something with, but it actually does turn out to be a bigger help than a hindrance in this case.
Right. But yeah, I was gonna say that
you actually have control over that shit.
Because I was gonna say, from what you're doing, James, is like I'm impressed that like I can never just.
Shut him up!
If you can find the speaker.
Damn it.
But it's that I could never just eyeball. Yes, I'm close enough to this box that I can hit it and knock the TNT above it, and I would always accidentally get too close.
What did I do that for?
Yeah, no, that's a little first death here. But
Yeah,
I
we've
will
been
say,
fine.
one thing I am going to 100% just praise this game for: the yellow circle. All praise the yellow circle.
Yeah,
Oh,
I will agree. I gotta say I don't
think people hate it at first.
I would say I'm gonna be honest and say I'm gonna disagree with Oni Plays and say that I think that drop shadow is a godsend with trying to make some
loved,
jumps.
Like honestly, it's like not even just them. Like I loved it from day one, but like there were a lot of people that were really against it at first, which shocked me.
It's one of those things where it is kind of an eyesore at points, but it does help in the long run.
Just
Coco has a rocket head outfit too.
Just yes, and which fine if anybody doesn't like it, there is an option to turn off the drop shadow.
And then make the game harder. Have fun.